chaos of a disaster, an intense relationship can develop between rescuers and the people they rescue. That's what happened during a fall flash flood in Texas.
The weather was incredibly bad. This isn't happening. This isn't real.
I kind of thought it was a lost cause.
I've heard that drowning is easy.
Sharon Zambrzycki remembers exactly what was going through her mind as the flash flood swept her into Brushy Creek.
As I was swept off the bridge, I could feel the top of the guardrail with the bottom of my feet. And I remember thinking, this isn't happening. This isn't real.
That whole day, torrential rains poured down on the Texas city of Austin and its suburb, Pflugerville. That's where Brushy Creek is turning into a churning death trap. It rises up over the bridge Sharon Zambrzycki's taking on her way home. Too late, she realizes the danger she's in. And as she and two others try to walk to safety, the rushing waters simply sweep them off the bridge. Only Sharon survives. Sharon grabs onto a tree and contemplates her death.
I've heard that drowning is easy, that it's not painful. How do they know drowning is easy? Who tells them that?
In the pitch dark, firefighters Tim Wallace and Trevor Stokes feel overwhelmed as they search for victims.
Never could imagine. Never could have imagined water flowing like that. There's no way no one could survive that.
But someone has survived.
I started hollering, I'm here, hello.
Stokes and Wallace throw her a rope. Wallace ties himself to a tree near Sharon, as Stokes goes for reinforcements.
When he left, it was kind of doom. You know, I felt an impending doom feeling because I was out there by myself with her.
That feeling of doom would have been a whole lot worse had he known what Starflight rescue helicopter pilot Kevin McDonald was thinking.
I was very close to aborting the mission.
I think you'd be an idiot not to be concerned, with the weather.
Even so, crew chief Chris Jones-Piercy, McDonald, and rescuer Jim Alday decide to give it a shot.
I couldn't believe that she was still alive, and when we laid her on the ground and she was just kind of laying there was a moment when I thought, she's still breathing.
Only after Sharon is safely on land can Alday and crew come back for Tim Wallace. Nowadays, Brushy Creek doesn't look that powerful.
Where I am now, I would be underwater with this creek.
But it doesn't really matter whether the water's high or low. Brushy Creek has made its mark on Sharon Zambrzycki's rescuers.
I think about that night. I won't lie to you. I think about that night when I drive by it. Every time I drive by it, I think about it.
Even 3 years later, standing by the creek affects Tim Wallace.
Eerie. If the water wasn't rushing, it'd probably be okay, but that sound of that water's kind of spine tingling. I was in that position too. Had the impending doom feeling and didn't know if I was gonna make it out. So for me to be here today talking to y'all, it's a great thing.
He and the rest of the crew that night are acutely aware how easily things could have turned out differently.
That was 1 week before Thanksgiving that year. That was really impactful for her and her family because they almost didn't have her. Gets me when I think about it. So it's really neat to know that we've had that additional impact on her and her family, and they've got to have more time together.
Brushy Creek claimed 2 lives that night. The fire department and Starflight crew made sure there wasn't a third.